One of the issues with the cordwood challenge as I'm going forward is I've already got about 1/4 harvested and stacked, and I have all of these tops from the trees that I've cut kind of stockpiled here in the woods, and I hadn't dealt with them yet. And I felt like there was a lot of reasonable wood in them that should go into the cords that I'm cutting, and I wanted to stop and process them before I cut down any more trees, you know, just to be efficient with the trees that I'm cutting and get as much usable wood as I can out of them. So I actually had developed kind of a lot of stockpiles of these trees. This is a stockpile that I've partially converted and stacked at home already, but there's still quite a bit here. The issue that was holding me back from just processing them was I didn't really enjoy limbing up these tops with an axe, and I hadn't forged out my Nata billhook yet. Now that I have my Nata, I've been coming back and cleaning these up and hauling out the cleaned up tops and turning them into firewood. So that's kind of what this video is about, is processing the tops for firewood and getting the most out of your tree for the cordwood challenge. So this is the basic technique for processing stuff like this. You just, and Steven has a great video on it, and I learned it from that video, but basically you just come in at kind of a compound 45 with a sharp axe. Of course I missed that time, and it just pops right through with one hit when you do it right. If you miss, so this is a full-size axe. This is really probably a heavier axe than is right for doing this. I don't have a boy's axe set up right now. We're about to get a nor'easter for the next couple of days, so we're going to be socked in, and so I may have time to hang this head that I have, but right now I don't have one of those light little axes, which is probably all you need for doing this. But you can do it this way. It's just probably more weight than you need to be hefting. And the main thing is you come in at the right angle, and you want to make sure it's supported underneath, because otherwise you're gonna fling a sharp edged piece of wood right up into your face. But one thing I like about this is people criticize the cordwood challenge for a lot of waste, but when you're doing this, there's no chips at all. So you're actually wasting even less wood than with a saw. It's pretty hard on your chopping block though. You can see I've chewed this one up really good. But definitely this would be one of those times when having one of those dinky little Scandinavian bushcraft axes would actually work better. I have a boy's axe head that I need to hang. Steven's all into boy's axes. Missed. Got it that time. Missed again. Wrong angle. There we go. Just slightly missed. See, I think with a lighter axe, I'd have a little more control. There's really not any danger of cutting yourself with the axe on this, with this technique. The actual danger is poking your eyes out. But the other thing with these little round pieces is I feel like having a stack of just them, they're not really, I don't think, perfect firewood by themselves because they burn too quick. And I also feel like they don't stack really stable when it's all rounds. So I really would rather have a mixture of the splits and these. So I'm gonna get all of these tops taken care of and then do some more trees and then mix it all in my final stack so that it dries without falling over. This is a little bit too hefty for one stroke. This is 3 and a split. Now I think we're big enough, small enough, except I went overshot, undershot. Damn it. Now, in Steven's video, he had this really high, very tall block that he was doing this on, which definitely seems like an advantage because, you know, then you don't have to like keep moving the material out of your way that you've already chopped. But I'm trying to just get my money's worth out of this crotch splitting block that I started with back in November. God damn it. There. Missed. Get a little axe put together and try this with a smaller, lighter axe. So I think that would improve the issues I'm having with accuracy, just because a big full-size axe one-handed is just inherently difficult to control unless you have forearms like Popeye, which I do not.